Stirring your coffee with chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning, welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, coffee. Starbucks instant coffee. It was on sale, and I like it.
Nice.
Consistently a great cup of coffee. It is. I'm down to 1 cup a day now. It's that time of year where I go from, like 2 cups a day, sometimes 3, down to 1. I just have no desire when the warmer weather hits. Here's just a little thing for you. Everybody sucks when they first start something. You suck a little less the second time you do it, and so on, and so on, and so on. But you're never going to be great at something the first time you do it. Some people say, yeah, marriage is like that. Well, that's a bad example, because failing at that for a few times until you get it right is probably not a good way to go. If you have that attitude, then I would say don't get married at all. I'm not a huge proponent of marriage. I know there's all kinds of modern marriage, I should say. There's all kinds of people saying, get married, have kids, create the future. I get that. And then there's those that are saying, don't get married, whatever you do, don't get married. I'm in neither one of those camps. I like the attitude, I'm open to marriage. I'm open to it. But I'm not hell-bent on getting married. At all. Not at all. This is why I like to say, date long, marry slow, and if you're going to get divorced, divorce fast. Don't create trouble for yourself. Don't get out of a cycle. The complicate, justify, your whole life, complicating and justifying. Women give you a few problems, so you start hanging out with men, and you're tribal, my bros. Your bros will put one in your back. Be ruggedly self-reliant. I don't want to say, like your bros, but I will put it this way. Trust nobody but yourself. And don't forget that. You will remember me saying that. You will email me in the future saying, I remember when you said that. Trust nobody but yourself. Be ruggedly self-reliant. Thank me later for that. Just because you've been doing something a long time doesn't mean you're good at it. You may have done it wrong the whole time. You can have 15 years experience, or you can have 1 year experience 15 times. If you had no one guiding you in the beginning, you could have just perfected at sucking at what you do and going down the wrong road. And now it seems right to you. It's never too late to stop, though, and start over. Trajectory is a good predictor of the future. It's not the only predictor, because you can stop. I look at a rocket, and if a rocket is like going like this on the launch pad, I can pretty much guess that this is going to be the trajectory. It's going to go in the direction that I point it in. Same thing with people. I can look at the direction that they're going in, and I can make a fairly accurate prediction of where they're going to be in the future and who they will be surrounded by and what their life will be like. I think just life experience gives you that. There's nothing really profoundly professional about that statement. I just think life experience kind of teaches you those things. And you don't have to be on this earth a long time to see that. Seek wisdom. Wisdom doesn't automatically come with age. Not even close. I know a lot of 60-year-old assholes. A lot of them. Seek wisdom. There's nothing wrong with seeking wisdom. You're seeking money. You're seeking muscles. Seek wisdom. A lot of people talk about, spending time in the gym, getting on your grind. How about spending time in a library? And that doesn't mean a physical library, but a time of learning. What is your time of learning? This morning I rolled out of the sack at 4 o'clock. I'm in my early 60s now. I get up and the first hour of my day is learning. Learning every day, every single day. Sometimes I sleep in because I need it, and my body is catching up on sleep that I may have lost. Oh, by the way, it's easier to get up early than it is to go to bed early. For those of you that say, what hours do you keep? I try to be in bed at 8 o'clock, but I definitely get up at 4 every day. It's harder to be in bed, turn out the light. Ideally, and this sounds like a real party pooper, I can only do this as a single guy. This would never work, I don't think, as a married guy or a guy that's in a long-term relationship, LTR, something with a sense of permanence to it. But ideally, I would be in bed at 7:30 and start winding down and be sleeping by 8. That's in a perfect world. It's at the point now where I'm in my bedroom at 8. My head hitting the pillow at about 8:10, 8:15. Watch a video or do some reading, and then probably sleeping by 9. I think that's my life right now. But keep that in mind. It takes more discipline to go to bed early than it does to get up early. Getting up is the easy part. Creating a day where you are tired and you just want to drop and pass out at 8 or 9 is the hard part. I'm still genuinely freaked out, in a good way, about the phrase, goals are memories of your future. Does that freak you out a little bit? When you make a goal and you picture it, and you put yourself in the scenario of already having achieved it, your brain has that data about the future. What is a memory? Memory is data that's in your brain of something that you did in the past. Think about goals. If you practice your goals, the this time next year phenomenon that you create for yourself, that same data, your brain doesn't know about a past memory and data that you put in your brain on purpose. You don't always have to experience things in order to have a memory of them. Create the memory of it before it happens. I'll never forget my first coaching client, the first one. I'm not talking about counseling or therapy client. Coaching client, and I had him describe the house that he wanted to live in. I'm not talking about wishful thinking. I'm talking about what he saw when he looked out the window. What did the kitchen look like? What did he see as he walked around the house? He created a memory of the future. He has all that today. I will never forget when he moved. I will never, ever forget. We went out and had a light lunch and a beer. And he was getting ready to get on a plane the next day. And at the end of the lunch, shook hands. And he said this one thing that I'll never forget. He goes, I would never be getting on this plane tomorrow if it wasn't for you. And that was almost 30 years ago. Almost 30 years ago. Pretty wild. It's pretty wild when you have an effect on somebody and they attribute that positive new life to you. And I have to reach out to him today. I'd love to have him maybe on the channel. This was back when I was meeting with people face to face, literally in a food court in a mall, not via Zoom call or StreamYard call, literally face to face in a mall, both drinking coffee. That was wild. Fail, get up, fail, get up, fail, get up, succeed, smile and enjoy. But what were the conditions that preceded the success that you're experiencing? Take note of that. Whenever you succeed at something, think about the conditions, mental, logistical, that preceded your success. It was not giving up. It was tweaking things. It was ignoring the idiots. It was cutting ties with those who were critical, attacked you, mocked you, etc. You have to ruthlessly distance yourself from people in order to succeed. I love this phrase from Thoreau. There was a man in my neighborhood who lived in a hollow tree. His manners were truly regal. I should have done better had I called on him. It's so funny, in the coaching world, not the therapy world, the coaching world, many times coaches market themselves by showing their cars, the house, the lifestyle that they have, their expensive everything. What if your coach was a simple person? What if they lived a minimalist lifestyle? What if they had simplicity and wisdom? Now there's a coach. People talk about receipts. Receipts don't always have to be material goods. The best receipt is peace. Peace. Johnny Quinn, you met him on my channel, motorcycle accident, paralyzed from the waist down. What now? Started bodybuilding. Now an IFBB pro and Mr. Olympia contender in the wheelchair division. Has a beautiful, supportive woman in his life. They make it work. Read between the lines there. WWJD. What would Johnny do? I know what Johnny would do. He would never rely on his feelings, like your feelings. They're always going to lead you down a dark path. Always. Discipline and commitment are what get you through, not your feelings. So, Johnny Quinn, a contender for Mr. Olympia, in a wheelchair. What's your excuse? Competition is a healthy thing. Don't be threatened by competition. Just do better. I remember in the hair industry, somebody would get angry, like a barber would get angry that someone's starting a barber shop down the street. It's going to take my business. It's going to steal my customers. Do better. Just do better. Don't put him down. Don't insult the guy. Don't try to close his business up. Don't dig up dirt. No one gives a crap about that except you, and you look like an idiot while you're doing it. Just do better. Do better. When you do better, you have no competition. I don't want to be the, if I can do it, you can do it kind of guy. The survivor bias. Not unlike a lot of men. I was a skinny, shy kid. I turned that around by the time I was 18 by lifting, martial arts, boxing, wrestling, bushcraft, Boy Scouts, outdoorsy stuff. At 40, I slowed down for 10 plus years. Carried more weight than was healthy. And I had a wake-up call in my 50s with some pretty alarming lab work and my ever-increasing waistline. It was change or die, literally change or die. Now becoming eligible for Social Security, I'm at that age, and in better shape than guys half my age. Now, fingers crossed, hopefully I didn't do too much damage to my body when I was younger, in my middle-aged years, because the Reaper starts creeping up on you in your late 30s. Only you can keep him away. You have the power to do that. You have the power to do that. You know what? Let me just talk to some of my overweight bros out there. You got this. Fuck your feelings. Rely on discipline. Rely on commitment. Take the walks during the lunch hour. Walk in the morning. I don't care if it's just walking around the block. Walk. Well, that leads me to a joke. Every morning I get up at 5 o'clock and I walk around the block 10 times. Then I put the block back in the drawer and go back to sleep. I forget who said that. It was a pretty funny line I heard many years ago. Walk when you can. Do things like park at the farthest parking place, at the shopping center, at the supermarket. Build that type of calorie burning and movement into your daily life. I know you're carrying the extra weight around. I know you are, and you don't feel good about it. It only gets worse as you get older. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. Yesterday I was telling people to just drop and give me 10 push-ups. Now those who can't do 10 push-ups are going to be thinking I can't do 10, so I'm not going to do it. Then do one. Then do one. Can't do one push-up? Then guess what? Then do them against a table or a counter edge. Let me just show you real quick. Like you're standing up. Get 3 feet away from the kitchen counter. Let me move my cup here. And do your push-ups like this against the kitchen counter. Can't do kitchen counter push-ups? Then do them against a wall. See, what happens is your feet, your legs will offset your weight, so you're not literally supporting all your weight while doing push-ups. Stand facing a wall, get 3 feet away from the wall, and do your push-ups on the wall. Like that. I'm not going to call you a fat fuck. I'll call you a lazy fuck. You can do it. So do it. I joke around and I say, so you're not into lifting, huh? Well, you lifted that pizza and those chicken wings all weekend long. It's okay to have a cheat day. Cheat day. Or a cheat weekend for those that don't want to be hitting the gym and being so disciplined on the weekends. That's okay. Optimism is great only when backed up by readiness. Otherwise, it's just a mental circle jerk. Optimism. It's a positive thinking cope, so to speak. Being prepared for the worst is smart. It's not being negative. It's actually being smart. Be optimistic, but also be ready for crap hitting the fan. Not expecting crap to hit the fan. It will sometime in your life. I ask guys all the time. I ask even guys that are in happy marriages, what would you do if your wife said she didn't want to be married to you anymore? Oh, that would never happen. 9 out of 10 men that I've worked with who are divorced never thought it was going to happen. And they're caught off guard. They're blindsided and they don't know what to do. Then they're forced to make weird decisions quickly. It's okay to have contingency plans. It's not negative. What's your contingency plan for a relationship ending, a job ending, somebody dying? I've said this for years. Pre-plan your response. Now, you can't pre-plan with accuracy because you don't know exactly what's happening. How do you pre-plan a response? First thing you can do is write it down. Gentlemen, I can't stress to you enough the power of a pad of paper and a pen in helping your life move forward, in creating the this time next year effect. Where will you be this time next year? I don't know, most people will say. Guess what? You have, apart from nuclear war and earthquakes, you can determine your future. Quick reminder, I coach people. I can help you. Email me, gb@georgebruno.com, and sign up for the newsletter, which comes out whenever I want it to come out. Just go to georgebruno.com. When people say you are an overnight success, they weren't paying attention to when you were outworking everybody, growing your network, not going out partying, learning something new every day, getting up before the rest of the world. They weren't around when you were doing all that. They only see the results. You know what you do in order to succeed at what you do. Now it's time to scale up and do more of that. And with that, finish your coffee, and I'll see you on the next Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, and reason.
Hi, my name is Erin. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm
Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other. So far as the echo, where do we start? You can learn to discover a million stars. Here in the shadows, I know you're scared. Take my hand, together we'll make a stand. We've got to fight to find a way. Dare to fall to find out what to say. No more hate. Just admit that you're just afraid. Time to let go of all your fears and pride. Stand up beside me, don't you hide. We can build a better place. If we can just find a way, then we can live a better day. Rise from the ashes, from the anger, from the war. Let's come together, lift your spirit for the cause. We should be equal, should be living free. All together, one and all, let's build a dream. rise from the ashes, from the anger, from the war. Let's come together, lift your spirit for the cause. We should be equal, should be living free. All together, one and all. All together, one and all. All together, one and all. Let's live a better day.